Hey, once again guys, Matt from Matt's Mods. Just going to do a bit of a tutorial on how I do one of the forms I choose to make emblems or crew emblems on GTA. Tools I'm using in this, Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to do it in a couple of parts. So this is I do this style of emblem in two parts. I do the first part in Adobe Illustrator and the second part in Adobe Photoshop. I'll start off. I'll set my working size up there, which for GTA emblems it's 512 512. That's what I upload them as. But, so that's my working space, and now I'm just going to give myself an outline. So first of all, I'll set the first one. I'll just do a circular emblem, just a pretty quick one, no real flash stuff in it, just for the sake of the video, but it'll give you an idea how to make them. So now what I'm using is my Eclipse tool to just give my design outline. So I use pixels. You can use points or inches or whatever, but I use pixels. My size, and I'm just giving myself an initial design to work off here. So it looks a bit untidy at the moment, but it's just a matter of setting up. So yeah, if you can see all the measurements there, you can adjust them. I adjust them to do different things, but in this particular case, this is how I'm doing it for the point of the exercise. And again, this is my only method. There's other design methods that I use for GTA emblems. So now I'm just going to set it up so I can see it there. I use my pointer tool to bring it all together. I'll just press on that and put it all into a group. Now I'll just align them all horizontally, diagonally, and there we've got a template, so to speak, and I'll move it into my work area. Now all those lines there, at this point in time, some are just lines that I'm using to draw on, others for the outline, to put text on, the others for outline. So first thing I'll do, I'll put it in the screen there. I want to cut my text path into two pieces, so I use my scissor tool, put two anchors on each side, so that way I can have a top part of an emblem and a bottom part. So that's what I'm doing there. Set some more colours up. I've got a you might hear me refer to stroke's a border. It's kind of yeah. So in this case, it's for text, and the border or stroke, and then there's a fill colour, which is the blue colour. So it'll come out black outline blue. So I just set my type and a path tool there, and I'll type my crew name in. It's not, sorry, it's not my crew, by the way, it's a friend of mine's, this one actually. Good bunch of people. Now I'll manually put in my size. So there's presets there, but I like to blow it up so I can see what fits. So I'll just kind of knock it up and down. Yeah. It'll change too, like from the different form of text I use. As you can see how it goes off center, which is all good. We've still got our anchor points. But I'll just have a scroll to have a look at a few options for text, for font, if you want to call it that. There's heaps in there. I'll just have a look through a few just to have a look. Like I'm doing this in a fairly quick sort of a manner, just for the sake of creating a not very large file for YouTube. But at the same time, I don't want it to look like shit. So I'm sure the graphic designers out there will be looking at some parts of this and saying, yeah, I can do that a lot quicker, and I'm sure you can, but I just make GTA crew logos, so no graphic designer. So now I've picked what I want, and I'm just using my pointer tool. Sometimes you have to revert back to your text and then back to the pointer to get your anchor points back, which is what I'm just doing now, just trying to get my anchors. The anchor points are so I can move bits and pieces. And like I said, at the moment, the only thing that's visible, if I was to save it, would be that Lone Wolf section there, because I haven't made my outline at this point in time coloured, so it's, yeah, it doesn't have to have this circle around. I could just move it off, move the writing off and do all sorts of different things, but I'm just showing one form of what's possible. Going on. This isn't a pre-thought out one. I'm looking through what I want to do here. I'm not real sure, and yeah, wrong way. I'll just increase my outline on the text or font. Text, I guess, whatever. Too heavy. Just having a quick, like I say, I'd probably mess around a bit more designing a logo, but I'm kind of just doing it with time in mind, as well as I don't want it to look like crap, like I mentioned before, but at the same time I'd probably spend more time if I wasn't doing a video. I found the anchors and found what I want there, so as far as my text colours, my outline, I found my anchor, shifted it back around due to the font change. Now I'll go down to the bottom, and because I've cut it before with the cutting tool, it's in two sections. I can do a bottom half of the logo or crew emblem. Okay, I'll get my colours sorted out here. You could go back in and do them afterwards, but I'll just set them up. Set them up beforehand, then I don't have to do it after. So, yeah. Because it doesn't automatically revert because there's two parts to the emblem now. There's two, there's a top and a bottom half, so I have to reset it up. I'm sure the graphic designers are groaning because I'm messing around a bit here, but it is what it is. I'm sure you guys are getting paid a lot more than what I ever get for doing this. Right. Yeah, that's right. Now I'll just change it around. I'll drop a tool. Okay, now we'll mess around enough here. We'll get some text down the bottom. Do the bottom half of the emblem. Again, the settings haven't moved over, so I'll have to, you see half the text, don't worry about that, you can keep typing and just pull it out of there with the anchor points. It goes into nowhere land, but once you drag it back with the anchor, it all comes back out, so there you go. Lone Wolf Death Squad. Again, it hasn't transferred over, so I'll just up my border, make it kind of all look symmetrical. Now, yeah, you could have like text running right around the emblem, I guess, but in this case, obviously, I'm going to flip it over. See. Rather than spinning your head around trying to read it, I'll just flip it over. Again, this you can flip it over. You've got to put it on the right stroke to get it right. So that's where I want it. So that's okay. Now I want to just bring it back in alignment. Again, using the pointer tool to drag it to the position, and so that's it's not too bad as far as being symmetrical. Looks okay. Now there's a bit going over the border. I might I'll just pull it down a little bit, just so that the letters don't go in. Maybe it's not noticeable. It's just a couple of points to pull it out of the border. And find an anchor and reline. Undo that. Pretty forgiving. You can undo your last moves. So. Have a bit of a think about what I'm going to have for lunch and that sort of thing. Alright, now we'll do some what they call stroke, which we'll now put in. We'll make this one a circle one, just a straight circle, so touch onto the ones we want to bring up as borders, bring both of those, and this one I'll bring into one, so like I'll just make it big enough so it gives it a bit of a stronger feeling. Rather than having two thin ones, I could do it, but yeah, in this case I'm not. Alright, so putting on, now put a centre in, kind of got the outline the way I want it, put a colour in the centre. But this is a PNG image, so what I'm looking for is something that'll stand out. Now in GTA, if you're looking at a player profile, the back outline is black. I like white. It looks really good, I think. So I'll just keep that as the outside section and just put a blue section in the middle, and all those corners, like I say, it's a PNG image, so all the corners, and it's not going to be a square box. Once I finish with it, it's just going to be a circle emblem that shows up. So I'll just put a couple of stars on it, I guess. It gives you alignment, angles. You can see, like, I can square it up, and while I'm doing that, you can see this. It shows up a box on how big it is. So if I measure to the middle and then start measuring out, that box is giving me a definite indication of how big I want it to be. So I'll come to the same size and just get my anchors lined up, there, my alignment lines, and then just put the angle on myself. So it's aligned, and then I just move it around to angle. I'm looking at the size as I go in and out to know that it's the same as the last one. Now I got a picture for this one. I just pulled it out. I've got it saved. Yeah, like I said, this is a two-part video, because I do this sort of thing in this section in Illustrator and the next section in Photoshop to finish it off. So we'll just put the image in here, and then I'll do part 2 of this video. I won't do it all in one part. So I downloaded all the other crap I've got in my downloads, but I'll search through for the image that I've saved to my thing. Download it. Okay, I'll import it now just by copying and then pasting onto the template. Move them over. I can resize, but this one doesn't need resizing. It should be alright. So this is about it. This is about where I finish in Illustrator. Now I turn it into a PNG in Photoshop and just take off all the corners, turn it into a circle, and then fill in the centre around the whoop with blue, and then get him so it's just the whoop and the blue, and I cut out pieces using different tools in Photoshop, so, and then just gradient it around and it will come up okay. Yeah, that's illustrative section of making a crew emblem template. Just a style. It's not the only style. There's plenty of ways to do it. We've got plenty of different sorts, but this one's a circular patch, so hope you've watched part 2 to watch me finish it off.